Hi, I'm Jason Carter, and I am sick and tired of sports fans trying to tell sports organizations what they're trying to do when you don't know shit, alright? Shut up and freaking do your job as a fan and let the real men handle situations.
And I'm Steve McCollum, and I hate how we glorify losers in the professional sports ranks.
And mums. Main event coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
You have fun at the game?
Oh, yeah, it was so exciting. They scored the winning hit right at the buzzer.
I think he wants to come inside Utley.
He doesn't always go down.
Got a red pure arc to that stroke, isn't it? Yeah, it's wonder coffee.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
Put your testicles in the C gap.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is the Main Event Podcast. Jason Carter, Steve McCullum with you here on another fantastic Football Friday.
Okay?
What? It's Football Friday. You got to get ready for the weekend. Get ready for football. We had an awesome game last night. We're getting ready for more awesome games this weekend. Even tonight, I think we have some games. Some teams getting ready to meld in. You know, Big 12, or not Big 12, Big 10. They're out there playing some Friday night games, taking over the high school ranks. Effing
I thought they weren't going to do Friday night games
bastards.
anymore.
No, they were still doing it. I think tonight we actually have a pretty solid matchup. Penn State and Illinois tonight, along with Florida Atlantic taking on the defending national champions, University of Central Florida.
I'm sorry, I thought you said we had some good games tonight?
I didn't say we had good games, I said we did have some games tonight.
I thought you said solid games.
Read the print, Steven. So no, I think we'll talk a little bit later in depth, but upset alert going on tonight, alright? I'll let you know what's happening. Anyways, we are the Main Event Podcast. Thank you for listening to us on wherever you're listening to us, Podbean, iTunes, Spotify. Somebody asked if we could get on Stitcher, how hard that would be. I don't know, like Stitcher accounts. Maybe if you have to buy, I'll probably not do that, but
What?
I don't know. Some guy asked, like, oh, how's it for you guys to get on Stitcher? It's like, really? Like,
Look it up. Not now.
well,
Look it
yeah,
up.
we will look it up, but I think you have to like pay for that thing still. Anyways, you can follow us on Twitter at the Main Event Pod. You can follow me at Jason Carter03. Follow Steve.
SMAC500 on all platforms.
And that includes Instagram, Snapchat, and where you can follow me as well on the same at JasonCarter03. So, anyways, big stuff going on in the world of sports today. Not just the win last night. Cleveland had their moment of glory. It was great, Steven. Baker Mayfield. I mean, you heard the chants. Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield. And he came in, and just like The Undertaker when he was down in his depths, the city of Cleveland, they rose from the dead.
The whole city did?
The whole effing
city
city rose from the dead.
Okay.
J.R. Smith went shirtless last
He
night.
goes shirtless all the time.
A lot of free beer was drank, thanks to Bud Light.
So everybody has diarrhea today.
Possums were caught. I mean, what more could you want? Like, last night was just like a godsend.
Just imagine being that possum where you've had this stadium to yourself for 635 days because they've won one game in 635 days in 2 years, basically. And can you imagine being this possum where you have the stadium to yourself, you're just minding your own business, all of a sudden the Browns sneak one out against a crappy Jets team on a Thursday Night Football, and now the possum gets caught because the fans deem that the possum isn't necessary in Cleveland anymore.
The fans didn't do that. The fans were making shirts out of the possum.
They caught him.
It is the rally possum. This is like the next shitty thing next to the rally monkey that the Angels did.
That was funny.
That was stupid.
Oh, okay.
The rally possum is where it's at, baby.
Here we go.
The rally possum's where it's at. The monkey got annoying. All right, can you agree the monkey got annoying?
After, like, everybody else started doing rally crap, yes.
So the rally possum is going to be fun for a week.
So the monkey got annoying, so we're anointing a possum who won't be annoying?
No, it's going to get annoying after a week.
It's annoying now. They won one game in 635 days. We're America. We root for underdogs. We don't root for losers.
They are the true underdog story. This is like
they're
average
not.
Joes playing Globo Gym,
They
man.
are garbage. They shouldn't even be in the NFL.
Average
They're
Joe's had a pirate
shit
on the team.
They're
not a shit
awful. There's nothing good about the Cleveland Browns. They won one game. Oh, by the way, folks, on Thursday night, the home team generally wins their games. So, what a shocker. The Browns did something they haven't done in 635 days that every other team in the NFL manages to do every other year. Let's celebrate the losers! Woo!
1-1-1. Where's the losing there? That's straight up across the board. They got you covered on all platforms. They got you a win, they got you a loss, they got you a tie. That's not losers. That's mediocre. All right, that's average.
That's not even mediocre.
That's down the line. That's toeing the company
You're a
line.
Cowboys fan. You celebrate 8-8 and mediocre every dang year. But I'm okay with you celebrating mediocre because at least they put an effort out.
Actually,
the Browns are awful. There's nothing good about them. You didn't even watch that second half last night.
I was watching on my
The Jets
phone.
couldn't get out of their freaking way. We were on this bandwagon about how great freaking Sam Darnold was in week 1 when he dominated whoever the heck they played in week 1 on Monday Night Football. Everybody's like, Darnold's the real man. Oh my God, he's the next guy. Set him up for the Hall of Fame now. And now the guy can't even get pressed because he sucked the last 2 games. Baker Mayfield plays one half against a team that sucks probably worse than Cleveland, but they still manage to win every year. They still manage to get more than 1 win. They manage to get more than 0 wins every year. The Jets do. Quit America. I get it. We don't want kids to feel abused. We don't want kids to feel like losers because they can't win at sports. This is what happens. City, fine, Cleveland, celebrate your team winning a thing. Be proud of the Browns because they actually won one. But the rest of America, Carter, get off that stupid bandwagon. You don't root for losers in America. Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
I picked up the Browns this year because I knew this year would be different. I knew
You said
this year would be
16-0.
different.
Now you're saying, 14-1-1. It's on every podcast.
I said
every
14-1-1.
podcast.
You
now you're
people heard
like,
me.
14-1-1.
You
I'm
people
doing
heard me.
2.
I said
no,
14-1-1.
They're not going to win another game. This is the one game they've won this year. Look at their schedule.
I am the only NFL expert who predicted a tie before the season. All right. And you can't even give me that. You can't give me that. You can't give me that. You can't give me that.
Because you're lying.
14-1-1.
You're lying.
I said it.
No, you did not. You said 16-0. All Hard Knocks was all I heard was 16-0, 16-0, 16-0, and I laughed at you because I said I'm the one that gave them more wins in our preseason NFL picks. I said they'll win 7 or 8. They could win 7 or 8, but they'll win 6 with Tyrod Taylor. And you know what? That offensive line is garbage. So now that Baker Mayfield played a good half, you don't think that the next team's going to maybe scout him and maybe actually like prepare to play against him? Let's see. Who do they got this week? Oh, we'll find that out in a little bit. I'll bet you $1 million you're going to be the guy that picks the Browns because they have 10 days to prepare because they're awful. They suck. They literally got lucky last night they were playing the Jets, or they would have got slaughtered. They were favored by 3, and even then, like, toward 2 minutes to go, you had no faith they were winning this dang thing because you didn't see it. They had 1st and goal and barely made it in. Like, it was just awful.
I was too watching it.
Garbage. America, quit rooting for loser franchises that do nothing. 2-32-1 is not good. It isn't even mediocre. It is crap.
That's in the
Get
past.
off of it. No,
32
it's not.
in
It's the
past.
current schedule.
No, the current is 1-1-1.
No, they are
The current is
2-32-1, Jason.
1-1-1.
This coming from a Cowboys fan that goes, 96, Cowboys won this many games in a Super Bowl. Okay.
Hey, actually, don't say that.
Yo, you
Actually,
do.
Don't say that
Oh, you
because
do,
I'm
though.
from Dallas. I'm from Dallas.
how
I
many
don't
rings?
throw up 5 rings because I'm not
How
one of
many
these fucking
rings? Oh,
faggots
yeah.
from
How many
goddamn like
rings?
California. Fucking, how many rings we got? You never even set foot in the goddamn Cowboy fucking stadium. All right? Fuck you because you're making me look like a fucking asshole, you fucking goddamn
Jeez.
jack-offs.
Are you okay? Here, take a deep breath.
So now I'm the out-town guy, and I can fucking prep up our fucking 4 championship wins we had in 60 fucking 4. Fucking Cleveland goddamn Browns, baby.
See, you're dropping rings now. Like that's all the past, Jason. That's all the past.
Not for the Browns. Yeah,
That's all the past. They're 2-32-1. That isn't good. There's nothing good about that. You know, it's hard to win in the NFL. I'll give you that.
It is hard.
But every team manages to do it. Even the Detroit Lions went 0-16 one year, blew everybody out, and they managed to win a game the next year. They didn't go win one game in 632
And that
games.
guy told John Elway or Jay Leno to kiss his ass. Who is that guy?
I have no idea
That's
what you're
good
talking
trivia.
about. I
Well,
can't.
'cause
I swear to God, I
Lowe kept
literally
making fun of the Lions
had to
that
turn
year.
off the television last night. I mean, Scott Van Pelt on Midnight Sports Center literally has a band in the background playing because Cleveland won. Literally, like, all these people are Browns fans all of a sudden. Guys. They did something that every other team in the NFL manages to do except for the Browns.
Cleveland
Let's
rocks.
stop
Cleveland
celebrating
rocks.
losers.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Dun 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 dun. Ohio.
Like, I can't take it. This is just ridiculous. You know, when did America turn into oh, we root for the worst team on the planet? Even like when the Cubs didn't win a World Series for 100 years, at least every once in a while they competed for a playoff spot, right? Like, at least they could do that. The Browns are 1-1-1. The Steelers are behind them. Does
there's
anybody
maybe
else think that the lonely Pittsburgh Steelers, who aren't good this year, are going to finish behind the Browns? Anybody?
Could be. Could happen.
No, it's not
Could
going to happen.
I mean, we're already in
Yes.
week 3 in the NFL
It's
season.
ridiculous.
I mean,
Everybody's
we're there.
so excited because the Browns won a game. Oh my God, that's what they do. I tell you right now, Cardinals play the Bears this weekend, and when the Cardinals win, I'm not going to walk out of that stadium celebrating a world championship because the Cardinals did what they were supposed to do and actually won a freaking game. No, I'm not going to do
lived
that.
it like the city of Cleveland. The city of Cleveland, they lived like you've seen the Factory Sadness videos. These
That's what I'm
guys,
saying.
they love their Browns, but what do the Browns ever give to them?
Exactly.
Nothing.
But that's
and then
every
they get
sports
this
team.
one
Oh,
win,
my God.
and it just becomes this whole ordeal because social media 2018 blows it up
No, okay,
out of the
hold on.
water. I guarantee
Again.
you, if the Lions had social media back in the day, it would the win they got would have been a huge effing story
By the
just
way-
like this.
By the way, social media was around
All right,
when the
MySpace.
Lions went 0-16.
MySpace.
And then second of all, no. You know what that is? You know what the problem is? Here's the problem, Jason. Is this one win is good enough for Browns fans now. Baker Mayfield's the future, right?
We're not
all this
done
stuff.
yet.
Baker Mayfield's the future now, right? You gave up all hope. So what are they going to do when they finish 1-14-1? Because for some reason, they won't score in a game, and nobody will win that one for some reason. It won't even be a tie. They'll be one game short. I don't know why, but they will, because it's the Browns. Like,
Not
it's just
gonna happen.
ridiculous. Like, I get it. It's Cleveland. Be happy your team won. But this is the town that has celebrations. They had a parade because they went 0-16. Because they went 1-32. They're 1-31 over 2 years. They had an effing parade last year. Stop it. Stop it. Quit being proud of the Oh my God. If your kid comes home with all Fs, do we celebrate that? Do you celebrate that? Your
No,
kid will come
but
home
when
with
he
all
comes home
Fs.
with an A, how proud are you of that son for getting that A?
He comes home with all Fs for 2 years.
But then
And are you celebrating it?
And then he finally gets it. He finally understands the A. I mean, you ever watch The Blind
You're
Side?
not putting up with Fs for 2
You
years.
ever watch The Blind Side?
You're
where
not putting up with Fs for 2 years.
the dude is like failing horribly, and they didn't put up with Fs. They got better. They had draft picks. They got
No, they
Myles
haven't
Garrett.
gotten
They got
better.
Baker Mayfield. They got rid of
Jason,
cancers in the locker room.
They
like
won
Corey
one
Coleman.
game 2 years ago.
Like
and
Josh
then they won
Gordon.
0 games last year.
They got
That
rid of
isn't
them.
getting better.
And now here they are. 1-1-1.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
It's a beautiful sight, Steven. It's
This
a
is the
beautiful
problem with
sight.
America right here.
Embrace it.
Oh, we don't keep score because we don't want people to be hurt. Maybe
Embrace the
we should
Browns.
stop keeping score for the NFL, too.
Well, they did
We don't
keep
need
score.
winners and losers anymore.
And last night's score was 1 over what they thought it would be. Boom.
I swear to God. So they did what the statistics said would happen for the first time in 2 years. The home team won a Thursday night football game, and everybody's like, "This is such a great game." There was nothing great about that game. That was just crap football.
Good job, Browns. Good job.
Awful.
Good
America. Let's go. Let's get back to our winning ways.
Good job. One thing I wish America would do, though.
This is why China is beating us at everything. I'm not done.
Did they beat us at everything?
I don't know. I hear that.
I don't think.
know.
They make everything.
I hear that.
They don't beat it. Did they beat us? Where's the shirt? You get that tag right there? What's that say? What's that
I'm not looking at
say?
your tag. I'm not looking at your tag.
I don't even know. Oh, my tag's on the inside.
Okay, anyway, you were saying... I'll keep going.
Oh, made in Mexico.
I'll keep going.
They don't make everything. No, I was saying, so, big news coming out. take a little bit of break from the football here, get into a little baseball, I guess. Jeff Bannister got fired from the Rangers after 4 years. Led the Rangers to 2 American League West Division titles, 2015, 2016. Manager of the Year in 2015. Last year was kind of a rough patch. This year, the front office said, hey, we're going rebuild mode, which I thought, Bannister would be like the perfect fit for this rebuild because, well, Jeff Bannister, he's like very good at developing young players. Got fired today. Wasn't even one of those end of the season, you're done. It was hey, you're out the door right now. See you later. Push off. And they just gave John Daniels a new contract extension back in, I believe, June or so. And pretty much, that's when he said, all right, look, we are going all in with this rebuild. It's time to rebuild. You got to start from scratch. We've done it before. Led you guys to 2 World Series back to back. And now fans are up in arms saying the wrong guy got fired and JD should get fired. And I just hate Ranger fans for it because Josh Hamilton was right back when he left the Rangers to go to the Angels when he said Texas is not a baseball town, and these fans continue to prove it and prove it and prove it, and it just irritates the hell out of me. Just be a fan. All these people, I'm not going to a game until JD gets fired. Yeah, I'm sure you're not going to go to a game when they make it back to the playoffs. I'm sure you're not going to make it when we all know you are. It's just retarded how all these freaking nut huggers are. They all hang from Nolan Ryan's nuts in Texas still for some goddamn reason. Like the Astros, you know what they did? They rebuilt. And they made it. And people are like, oh, Nolan Ryan did that. Nolan Ryan didn't do anything. Nolan Ryan wasn't even there when those players were coming up in development. And it's so freaking dumb.
So we can celebrate the crappy Bears, but people can't expect the crappy Rangers to be successful. I mean the Browns. Oh, okay, Jason. Total double standard here. Let's all root for crappy teams.
It's a rebuild, Steve. You gotta get the rebuilds in baseball.
No, my bigger point is this, right? So they had some good years, right? Made the playoffs a couple years, and then they decided to rebuild. You know what good franchises do, Jason? They blow out everybody and they start from scratch. Blow out everybody and start from scratch. Do you know what the Cleveland Browns do, Jason, when they suck? They keep everybody there and just keep them going.
I was talking baseball.
I know, but it's an analogy. This is why good teams, and that's how they become good again. You blow everybody out, just like the Lions blew everybody out the year they went 0-16. My point is they needed to blow the manager out. He may be good as a rebuilder, but he's got a stigma there. He's got expectations there that they want to change the direction of the program in the rebuild because obviously it's not working. So they had to let the guy go. It's standard. It's standard operating procedure everywhere but Cleveland.
Anyways, back to Rangers. So I understand why they got rid of him, but my whole thing is these fans are just totally against John Daniels, thinking Bannister was going to be the next coming, make it happen. When really, the pitching coach, Doug Roquel, that guy sucks. GM.
Oh, you got to explain this stuff to those of us that don't.
Oh yeah, John Daniels,
don't follow crappy baseball.
Youngest GM in sports back when he got the GM role back in 2005 when John Hart left to go to Milwaukee or whatever. So yeah, let him. They're rebuild already.
But he gets paid to fire coaches and rebuild stuff. I'm confused on why people are mad.
I don't know. But they're just mad. Everybody hates John Daniels in Texas. Not everybody. I love John Daniels personally. But everybody, when it all came down, because Nolan Ryan, bought the team with his little group, and then he forced somebody out. Then his other guys we're going to force Nolan Ryan out. And the big thing was, Nolan Ryan, you're gone. Because you just don't get it. You're not... up to what we need, as I promised you. You are a baseball player. Your job when you were with the Rangers were to come in here and sell tickets, which you did because you're at the tail end of your freaking career. Yeah, you got a couple of hitters. Yeah, you threw, X amount of strikeouts. You broke all your records.
Where did Nolan
got them all
retire?
set. 93.
Oh my God, and we're still harping on Nolan Ryan and the Rangers?
Dude, it's freaking ridiculous. I hate it. I freaking hate it.
Well, you know what? Jesus was here 2018 years ago, and let's blame everything on him while we're at it.
I know, right? Who's Cyree on? Him or Solomon's? I don't know who those are.
I'm confused. And so what's the argument here? You just don't like everybody wants the GM to be fired?
Yeah, I just with these fans, they just don't understand what the process is of a rebuild. And they're I saw somebody say John Daniels just alienating the fan base now. How's he alienating a fan base? He's literally...
I know, but hold on a second. Let me be the devil's advocate here, okay? Let me be the devil's advocate here. Is it that bad that the fan base want the Rangers to be successful and they expect them to? So everybody has their opinion on what needs to happen. So that manager was successful for 2 years, everything. They go into rebuild mode, so people are going to support that manager, right? So what is wrong with the fans wanting the team to be good? So they have to go out to the GM because, by the way, he's the guy that's in charge of all this. Because if the GM sucks, you go out to the owner. So the GM decided we're going to rebuild. I'm going to get rid of these guys and start from scratch. And some of the fans aren't on board, but the fans want the Rangers to be good, and that's what they're fighting over.
And it's
What's
baseball.
wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it, but it's baseball. You gotta know, like, you can't be good every year. So you guys gotta do rebuilds. If you don't have the money, like, you know, these other teams do in big markets, sometimes you just gotta go through the lean years and everything's gonna work out.
Yeah, but they can be upset. I mean, you're here in Diamondback country. Everybody's jumping off the freaking bandwagon because last year they overachieved and made the playoffs when they weren't supposed to. And this year they're the team that they should have been last year. And everybody's jumping off the bandwagon saying they need to tear the team apart and everything. It's just typical overreaction for fan bases that expect their teams to be better than they are. You know who doesn't do that? Cleveland.
They're not up on the Cleveland. Anyways, I did see somebody had this awesome...
It all lies into my point that we celebrate Cleveland being a shit franchise.
We're not celebrating them being a shit franchise.
We are!
We are celebrating a victory, Steve. A victory.
I mean, you're upset. The Rangers fans are upset that they fired their coach and they need the GM fired because the fans expect more. And Cleveland's like, we won one game. Let's make a rally possum and sell shirts because we won a game this year. Just sad. But anyway, what?
Anyways, there's more to the story. Ranger fans, they just suck. Screw them. Anyways, other news.
That's the baseball fan bases, though, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
the Angels,
even here, like when you...
I mean, you ran about Mike Scioscia and the Angels every year about how does this guy still have a job. You don't think the fan base is there? You don't think there's fan bases there that when Mike Scioscia steps down at the end of this year, that they're going to be like, we need to get rid of the GM and Artie Moreno needs to sell the team because Scioscia's the man. You don't think that's going to happen when it happens there? It happens everywhere when it comes to baseball because... You know, you're right. It's just one of those. It's one of those sports where you literally are drafting guys that sit in minor leagues for years and years and years, and most of them don't develop. And you get mad at the top level guys and have to blow them out. That's just the way.
But here's the
works.
thing about development, with these players. Like, I mean, it's not John Daniels' job to be going to like the minor league parks every freaking day, making sure these guys develop. Like, it's going to take these guys that are down in like a single A, double A, at least 3 to 5 years to get up to where they need them to be. So I mean, yeah, it's going to be a long process, but I think it's a process that needs to happen. Obviously, one thing I'm going to miss though about Jeff Bannister being gone.
Right, and then I have a serious question.
Is Jeff Bannister? Have you seen his daughter?
No, Jason, because I'm not you.
Alex Bannister. She is a smoke show, my man. And I mean, she's
a good-looking girl on this planet. Shut up.
Straight up smoke show. So I'm gonna miss her.
We've never seen one of those before.
Probably try to slide into the DMs.
Yeah, we've
see
never
what's up, make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
I know her dad just lost his job, so
yeah, she's gonna totally drop everything and go for you.
Yeah, I want to make sure she's all right. So I'll slide in those later, and I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Yeah, no, you won't.
On next week's report, I'll let you know exactly what.
Yeah, gather around for storytelling hour, everybody.
There you go. We're gonna have Jason's love
What's
life.
the plan for the Rangers? Is the plan to be like the Astros, where you build from the farm system up, or is there a plan to unload things and get prospects back for draft picks, get them in the system, and then go out to the free agents and stuff like that? Like, which way are they going on this?
Well, they're not getting free agents. I don't think that's the plan. Like the team they have right now, it's already pretty much a young core with the guys like Joey Gallo, who's going to be here for a while. Rougned Odor is going to be here for a while. Who?
Oh wait, who's the third baseman?
Beltre?
Oh, Beltre.
Beltre's actually contemplating retirement. This could be the last year for Beltre, so we'll see how that goes.
My joke was he's not young.
But yeah, he's definitely not young. But there are some guys who stepped in who have looked great this year with his injury. Jurickson Profar. I mean, obviously, yeah, you're going to go out and get these older guys too to come in because I mean, you're trying to lose. You got to lose games. You're not tanking, but you're not winning. I guess is the baseball phrase or whatever. But
yeah, I think
it sets up for a brighter tomorrow.
I think that's what baseball teams are doing there. Now that the Astros, who was the other team that did it too? It wasn't just the Astros. Another team did it. Where they literally
teams do. I remember the Phillies teams back in 08, like they did it. I mean, even the Rangers team, like from 09, like or 010 and 11, like they were always kind of on the cusp, but they were still like a young team. And then 2010, they got Cliff Lee, kind of put them over the top. With all that stuff.
Yeah, but the Astros were all homegrown last year when they won it. It was last year they won it 2 years ago.
Last year when they won it.
Yeah, so I mean that's what I mean. I think that's where baseball teams are going to go, which is going to require fan bases.
Which is what happens. I mean, look at the Cubs. Cubs did the same thing.
The Diamondbacks have been trying to do this for 100 years, and they suck for a year or two, and then they surprisingly go to the playoffs, and then the next year they miss the playoffs and they suck again, and everybody flips out, and then so next year they'll be mediocre again, and then the following year they'll somehow sneak into the playoffs and everybody's expectations will be raised.
I'm just happy that they're picking a lane, and I think fans should appreciate the fact that they're like, hey, look, here's what we're doing, guys, and this is why we're doing it, because we're gonna, it's all gonna work out. Yeah, we're gonna suck, but guess what?
Everybody's got different opinions.
Starting in 2020, you can at least watch us suck inside air-conditioned stadium and not out in the hot sun, so enjoy that.
It's easy for fans to tell the team how to spend their millions from a couch. Remember that.
Definitely.
It's not like the GM's up there going, man, I'd really like Giancarlo Stanton on this team here. Let me just make that happen real quick. But how many times have we heard that? Oh, they could have gotten Stanton last year. They could have traded for Stanton, right?
Well, you should have signed JD. You spent that money on that guy.
JD Martinez. Well, that's what we do in Phoenix, right? Diamondbacks could have signed JD Martinez. Well, he didn't want to be here. He wanted to go to Boston. So he wasn't signing here no matter how much you blew him away because he was going to Boston regardless. He was just playing you for Boston. So that's what fans, especially baseball fans. But it is hard in baseball because baseball does take so long to, unless you're just going to be like the, 2000, 2001, 2002 Diamondbacks where you're just going to throw money at all these superstars to come in and dominate. And that era of baseball is gone. So now, like I said, the new era is at. So it is tough.
And it sucks too because
I can understand a fan base
I think
upset about
the main thing that sucks to you more about baseball is the fact that it is such a long season that you have to watch this team suffer for 180 days pretty much.
Well, that's the other side of it. I mean, but I mean, let's be honest. Nobody cares about the Rangers right now, anyway.
They don't. They really don't. It's cowboy country. Football's bad.
But yeah, I mean that's the problem with baseball. At least football, your team goes 0-16. It's 16 weeks, and then you forget about it, and then you move on with your life. You live and die by those 16 weeks, and then you're just like, whatever. But yeah, baseball, man. And then there's nothing else going on in the summer. It's hot. It's humid in Dallas. Nothing else is going on. You're watching the Astros dominate and win down the road.
And then all the sports, fans are like, we got to talk about baseball because, this sucked. I mean, maybe like the Stars can have a good run or something next year. I don't know.
You know what I always say about baseball? Baseball is one of those sports, man, where when your team's winning, it's the greatest sport you've ever seen, It's fun to go. It's like, there's nothing wrong. Oh, yeah, woo! But, man, your team sucks, and it's the worst sport to ever watch. It's just painstaking to sit there for 9 innings,
It's like, you want to go to the game today? Nah, I'm good. You want? No, I don't know. Yeah, you know what? We should. I mean.
Yeah, but if they were winning, it could be like a 17-0 blowout, and your team would be behind. But because they're winning, you would still be like, oh my God, it was so great!
Hey, we lost 17-0, whatever,
Yeah, whatever.
We'll give them tomorrow.
Yeah, but if it's the opposite where your team sucks and you lose 17-0, you're like, why am I here wasting my time?
Catch 22s, catch 22s.
A week left in baseball, and then we got playoffs, which...
Can it just be October already?
I know, but I am not. I think we've documented that I'm not the biggest baseball fan on the planet. It bores the living daylights out of me. But I love playoff baseball. It's like NBA playoffs where all of a sudden they decide to play, and it's like it's like the Dodgers and the Rockies, they just finished up the last game of the series. And that was like playoff atmosphere. That was exciting to watch, And it's like, man, we got to get this going here where everything's on the line. Every pitch is a deal. Every move is a huge... Because now, Tony Lovello for the Diamondbacks literally played a AAA team on Wednesday night, and everybody threw a fit about it. And that was the team that beat the Cubs, ironically enough. They couldn't beat anybody for the last 2 weeks. AAA team comes up and dominates it, right? And, it's just garbage. Let's just stop the rest of the season. Let's just have the teams that are in the playoff races play each other.
So here's what we're looking at for the postseason right now, if keeping up divisional-wise and whatnot. So Red Sox, they have clinched. Indians, they have clinched. Both won their divisions. In the AL, Houston Astros up 3 games, or 3.5 games on the A's, so that could come down to something here this last week.
Do they play each other this week?
That I don't know. I'm not going to look into all that. Maybe, possibly, who knows. Then
the Astros have been scuffling the last couple weeks.
And then you have the National League, the Braves 6.5 over the Phillies. They're going to win that division. Cubs 2.5 up on Milwaukee. So Milwaukee could potentially get in there and give them a run for their money. And in the West, D-backs, they're potentially they're pretty much out. 6 games, they're out. 2.5 games though. The Dodgers have a lead over the Colorado Rockies for wild card standings. Yankees pretty much going to get it along with Oakland. Tampa Bay not going to get it. So even if those don't change, Oakland's going to be in the playoffs. Tampa Bay's 6.5 out of the wild card. They're not going anywhere. They are.
Oakland's going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, huh? Oakland's going to make a wild card game against the Yanks.
Well, you know what? And Oakland beat the Yanks a couple weeks ago. Didn't they sweep them?
They did. So, and then you look at the NL wild card. It's coming from Milwaukee or St. Louis, more than likely. Although St. Louis has kind of been on the trailing end. Rockies, though, losing 3 this week to the Dodgers, put them 1.5 games out of the wild card.
But they play the Diamondbacks coming up here, so they can easily make that back up.
So we shall see. We shall see. And the Diamondbacks are 5 out of the wild card.
How much were the Cubs up on Milwaukee in that division?
They were up 2.5.
2.5. So Milwaukee can still catch the Cubs.
So yeah.
So this like I said, baseball isn't my favorite sport by any stretch, but this time of year, there's just so much more fun to watch. Because that's the thing. Like if you're a Boston Red Sox fan and you've been running away with that division since May, maybe June, like you just you're still excited about it, but you're still not into it like you should be, But come this time next week, wrapping up the season, you're gonna be all in. You're gonna be all in because then it's gonna come down to, just 7-game series.
That is right. So looking forward to baseball in October. Also looking forward to some footballs.
Wait, nope. I know this isn't the racing podcast, but do you see what's going on with Ryan Newman?
Yeah, he is excited to go run mid-pack with Roush Fenway Racing. That is exciting stuff. Exciting stuff.
Just interesting how all these guys are making these changes and things are shutting down. But we can talk about that on the Racing Adjacent podcast another time. I just thought I'd bring it up real quick because it just hit the wire.
And make sure you check out the Racing Adjacent podcast also on iTunes, Podbean, and Spotify.
Plug.
Chase Alves and Chaz Baca, the 2 IMCA champions from Arizona Speedway, on this week's show. Anyways, football time in America Friday night. I don't know if it's homecoming night for any of these teams and if the mums are going to be out, Steve, but definitely looking forward to some good football action.
You brought it up.
All right, I keep bringing it up.
This is why I've been angry for like the last week here.
Steve has been really angry.
Even though I just learned about this last week. Everybody, if you're not from Texas, look up this tradition in Texas called the mum. It is gaudy. It is god-awful. It is the worst possible thing you've ever seen in your life. And everybody from Texas seems to think
it's so awesome.
That it's the awesomest thing on the planet. It is just awful, folks. Okay, let's move on. Like seriously.
It's a way to brand your woman.
Why don't you just it's Texas, bring out a branding iron. You know what we do everywhere? You know where the rest of the country does? You get a corsage and you pin it on them.
This is like a corsage, but on weed.
Oh my!
Or on steroids.
It's a corsage for stupid, dumbass people.
It's awesome.
It's awful. Anyway, look it up, folks, if you want to see it. It's if you want to ruin your day and have no hope for America, turn on your sports and listen to everybody be excited about Cleveland doing something they should have done more than twice in the last 2 years, and mums.
And
I'm like pissing off half the country in this.
You're pissing off half the
podcast,
country. You definitely are doing that. So tonight we got some football. Defending national champions, University of Central Florida.
Alabama's playing?
Go Knights. Playing Florida Atlantic tonight. Lane Kiffin going to Orlando. That's a game. And also got Penn State and Illinois. A big Big Ten matchup in Champaign, Illinois. Upset alert. I'm telling you right now, Illinois is beating Penn State.
I don't know if that's an upset alert because actually a lot of people are picking Penn State. And I was watching...
I said Illinois is beating Penn State.
I'm sorry, Illinois is beating Penn State. A lot of people are picking Penn State to lose that game. And all the money in Vegas apparently is going on Illinois also there. Tubby,
Penn State's 27-point favorites.
Not Tubby Smith.
Lovey Smith.
Lovey Smith's there on that defense.
How
and
dare you call him Tubby?
I know, sorry.
Fat shaming.
No, that was the basketball coach at Kentucky. Was Tubby Smith? Jackass.
Body shaming.
There was a guy.
Body
named Tubby.
shaming. Lovey Smith.
Yeah, Penn State hasn't looked good. Franklin, I'm not a Franklin, the head coach of Penn State. I am not a fan of his at all. Like he's had Barkley there and some good players, and this year he doesn't. But yeah, a lot of people seem to be picking Illinois in that. You're calling it down, like straight up, huh?
Straight up, Illinois is gonna win Penn State. They're too worried about what's going on next week when they get into Ohio State and all that stuff. So I think
they have Ohio State next week.
Yeah, they're not focused on this Penn State game tonight or on this Illinois game tonight in Champaign, Illinois.
Friday night's so weird for college football. What are we doing?
I hate when Big Ten does that. You're taking away from the high school kids. I don't like it.
Does Big Ten have high school football? I don't even know.
I mean, yeah, they got Friday football. That's fair.
Joke.
I called some games. Other than that,
who else is tonight? UCF and Florida Atlantic. Who do you got on that one?
Obviously, national champs, UCF, baby, going back to the national title game this year.
Kiffin can pull it out tonight?
Nope. Have no faith in Kiffin. No faith whatsoever.
Oh, Tennessee. Tennessee's still upset about that?
Yeah, I'm still a little salty about that.
How'd Tennessee do last week?
They got one against UTEP.
Oh, that's right. They had UTEP.
Did they have UTEP?
13.
Yeah, 24-0
Oh, the 24? I thought it was 13.
They took it easy on them, They they would have taken it easy on them.
You mean UTEP took it easy on Tennessee?
Maybe. I don't know. Well, I tell you one team, though, not taking it easy last week. That was North Texas. The Mean Green, baby. They are back. Put them in the Big 12. Put them in the Big 12.
Isn't that funny? Like, we got all excited to go to Arkansas when we're driving through Arkansas, and I'm like, to Tulsa, and I'm like, let's go check out University of Arkansas. They have a good team.
We were
oh my
wrong.
God, they are awful. Well, we drove by both schools and North Texas on that trip, and so at least we got one of them.
And when you drive, what the heck
we
is
got a kid talking here. But yeah, so we at least picked one team that's good on that trip to go see. So,
where's this noise coming from?
we have a poltergeist in the computer here. But I was reading, we had to look up who the coach was at Arkansas. We were there, and what's his name? Chad something? I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's getting fired at the end of this year.
Yeah, he just lost to North Texas. Bad.
He's like, I read a stat where he's like 13-22. Don't quote me on the exact stats, but he has a losing record at wherever he coached before he went to Arkansas. And so people are shocked that he's not winning at Arkansas this early. The only thing people like me know about North Texas is it was that stupid football movie with Sinbad and Kathy Ireland and Scott, the dude from Quantum Leap.
Great movie.
I can't even name him. Well, that's the only thing people like me know about North Texas. And they beat an SEC.
I mean, when we drove by both because we did drive by both the campuses. What was your impression of the North Texas campus? Because I remember I drove by and you're like, huh, that's it?
Yeah. I remember the flag because I got a picture of the flag, the green flag.
Big ass
and then
flag.
On the left side was a building, and on the right side was a building. That was it.
Then you had their stadium, which high school stadiums outdo it in Texas.
And you go to Arkansas, and it was it's on these hills, and you drive up and down these hills.
And it was Pledge Day, so all these hot sorority pieces were out there hanging out.
I mean, Arkansas is an SEC school. They should have good facilities, and they did and everything, but you shouldn't be losing that bad. Just talent-wise, not showing up, you should have it. You could still lose to North Texas. A big school can lose to North Texas, but just talent-wise, it should be close till the end.
You shouldn't be getting punked on
It was a blowout from the beginning.
On a fair catch punt, where even the guy who got the ball, he said one of the defenders for Arkansas said to him, "Why did I blow the whistle?" And the guy's like, I don't know. Later.
So the interesting story on that is the NCAA has closed that loophole now because I wondered why the ref didn't blow the whistle either, and it's because before the game, North Texas told the refs what they were going to do, so they wouldn't blow the whistle on there. And the NCAA now has come out and be like,
You can't.
So you can run that play, but you run the risk of the ref blowing a whistle, which anybody would have blown the whistle there, you know,
right.
Even if he didn't flag it. You would at least assume a ref could possibly blow it. So that loophole is closed now. You can't go to the refs beforehand. Which, are you okay with that?
No, I'm not okay with what the loophole.
Telling the ref?
No, I'm not okay with that at all.
Oh, but it happens all the time in like baseball and basketball. Like you know what, the hidden first base trick. The only reason that ever worked. Or the hidden ball at first base.
You don't tell the umpire you're doing the hidden ball trick.
Yeah, you do. You give him a heads up. Yeah, you do.
No, because you fake the throw back. Like, you don't tell the umpire you're doing it.
No, not that moment you don't. But you say, hey, we're going to, at some point, we're going to try this right here. So,
I don't think
heads up. It happens more than you think. NBA does it. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I don't know. I'm like torn on it. Like, I'm like, that's awesome that they decided to tell the refs that. But then at the same time, I'm kind of like, it's kind of chicken shit, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was a little chicken shit. Anyways, big games this weekend. Some top 25 teams playing each other. We got a big old Pac-12 matchup here. Stanford and Oregon. Number 20, Oregon, going to host Stanford. They're in Eugene. Stanford favored only by 2.5 points. Steve?
Because Bryce Love is still questionable. He will be playing, however. And Stanford's going to win that game, and it's not going to be close.
Not going to be close at all. I agree with that assumption. Also, Texas A&M, number 22, going to Alabama. Roll Tide, roll. Take on Nick Saban and his boys there, the Crimson Tide.
Why are we even discussing this game?
Well,
Alabama by 40. Alabama's going to have a rough game. They're only going to win by 40.
Here's the thing. A&M, they're ranked number 22. They actually gained a little bit of some rank after just barely losing to Clemson. Clemson, coming into this year, they said it was going to be Clemson and Alabama. And now, here we are. Who knows? I don't think that A&M gives them quite the run that they gave Clemson just because the game is in Tuscaloosa.
But not just that, but Clemson just doesn't match up well against A&M. Alabama and A&M are... A&M's trying to be Alabama in that league where they just run the ball. If Johnny Manziel was there, I'd give A&M more of a chance because Saban sucks against those running quarterbacks and stuff. But, it's not even going to be close.
Kellen Mond looking good. I think Alabama barely squeezes on out. If you have money to bet, take Texas A&M. They're giving 26 points. Come on, just take it. Just take it. Other than that, your school... ASU playing in Washington this week as
the
well.
Huskies
That's number 10, the Huskies. Both teams 2-1 on the season. Arizona State did beat the other ranked team they played this year. That was Michigan
But that was at home, and the Big Ten doesn't win well in Tempe. So ASU beat Washington last year at home. Number 7 ranked Washington last year at home, and it really wasn't that close of a game if I remember right. I remember being there. But going to Washington's another story. However, ASU has some offensive problems. I didn't watch the game live the other night when they lost to San Diego State. Now, San Diego State has a really good running game, and let's be honest, ASU got a little hosed there on a couple things, but I think ASU just got too aggressive last week, and it killed the momentum. They went for 4th and 1, and they got stuffed, and San Diego State got all the momentum for 2 quarters after that. But ASU's offense really they were really rocking there at the beginning, and then they just did nothing. So that's going to be the danger there. And they have no running game, which I think in Washington, because you could possibly have rainy conditions and everything. Washington's winning this game, but I'd look for ASU to be close and be in it toward the end and make Washington sweat a little bit. There's no shame in losing to number 10 Washington at home.
No shame at all. Also,
who's Tennessee got?
Tennessee's got Florida this week. Going to be celebrating the 1998 championship squad in Tennessee.
Hold up, really quick. Going back to the ASU game. Maybe ASU's going to surprise them because 22 years ago today, Jason? What happened in Tempe, Arizona?
The Nebraska Cornhuskers came into Tempe, Arizona.
Number 1 ranked.
Haven't lost a game in years.
2 years.
Came in there and they got beat by the ASU Sun Devils on a sweltering hot day back in 1996.
Yeah, first of all, it wasn't that hot. It was in Arizona hot. But Nebraska's hot. Like, hello, Nebraska's hot. But second of all, a number one team in the country never gets shut out. And they were shut out on top of it.
19-0. Who could forget?
You did, because I had to tell you about it.
Well, I knew they beat a top team when you told me. You just gave me the preamps.
Here's my favorite thing about that really quick. So, shutouts of Associated Press's number one teams, right? Alabama 21, LSU 0 in 2012. ASU 19, Nebraska 0, 1996. Minnesota 16, Michigan 0 in 1977. And then they get later than that. But I was using that to transition into... wow, how happy is Scott Frost and the Nebraska fans that he left your national champions, South Florida, to go back home to Nebraska and then start 0-2, and not only start 0-2 or 0-3 now, and just look 0-2 because that first game was canceled, and then just look absolutely horrible. That was my transition to me ragging on Nebraska fans.
Nebraska's not loving life right now. It's definitely a sad day. Anyways, Sunday we do got some football. The big boys take over. Some pretty good games going on.
Who's going to win, Florida or Tennessee?
Florida. But no, I'm Tennessee. Go Vols. They got this. They got this. They can do this.
Kentucky beat Florida, dude. Tennessee has a chance.
Yeah, you're right. They took it easy on UTEP last week because they're getting ready for this game. They've been game prepping all
Is it
week.
in Florida?
No, it's in Tennessee.
Ooh, yeah.
So,
you know what? I'm going to pick an upset. Upset alert. Tennessee, baby.
Let's do it, baby.
Go Florida.
Vols.
I will wear orange pants if Tennessee wins.
All right. Well, we got to hit to Ross. I don't know. I think they have them in your size. I don't have them in my size. That was the thing.
I hate the color orange, for those of you that don't know. Hate it.
So, on Sunday, we got some pretty intriguing matchups earlier on in the day. Saints-Falcons. I find this game intriguing to start off the slate. Happening there at Mercedes-Benz Stadium there in Atlanta, Georgia. Falcons, 3-point faves against the Saints. Who you liking?
Wait, which Mercedes-Benz Stadium are they in? Because they're both named Mercedes.
They're in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, not the Mercedes-Benz
Superdome?
Yeah.
I know. I know. I got to keep my Mercedes-Benz buildings together. So, on a side note, is it a road game for the team that plays in Mercedes-Benz, whatever, to go to Mercedes-Benz and play there in another city?
You're getting way too complicated here, Steve. Way too complicated.
It's things I wonder.
Things you wonder. Well, the Falcons, they really don't draw very many fans, so it probably would be like a road.
Oh,
it's
let's
probably,
sell out, whatever.
Dude, from what I've been hearing, man, like they're like not drawing at all in that stadium right now. I had some peeps that were at the game last week, and they're like, "This is pathetic for week 2."
And they're 1-1, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because the Braves are kind of taking over the land again. They're at SunTrust, but
Who did they play last week?
I don't know.
No, I was just curious because that was going to affect my pick if I knew. So, why is this intriguing to you?
Just because I felt like the Saints were going to be better, and now, with Tampa Bay kind of getting after their run, I feel like this could be one of those do or die game for the Saints. I mean, was last year just a fluke year where everything just kind of clicked for them, they made it to the playoffs, or is this like back to what the Saints were, the years prior to that, the few years prior to that, where it was just kind of downward sloping for Drew Brees, John Payton, and the Saints. So that's why I find it intriguing. I need to win from the Saints. I'm picking the Saints because I need to win from them here.
I'm going to go Atlanta on this one.
I need the Saints. That's why I find it intriguing. So, I don't know. It'll be an interesting matchup. Drew Brees, Matt Ryan.
The ATL at home, that stadium gets loud even if nobody's in there. Atlanta's just that sneaky team where, you don't expect anything from, partly because, people don't think Matt Ryan's very good. But, he's finding Julio Jones is on my fantasy team in one of my leagues, and, he's putting up numbers, and he hasn't put up numbers in years past. So maybe they've solved that issue now, and they're solving it. So, yeah, go Atlanta.
All right, we'll see 49ers going to travel to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. Chiefs, 6.5-point favorites. Give me the Chiefs all day. I know I doubted you guys. I know I said I do not trust Texas Tech quarterbacks, and I'll own that. I'll buy it. Because I admit when I'm wrong. I was not wrong in my 14-1-1 prediction, but I was wrong when I talked about Pat Mahomes and Texas Tech quarterbacks. But Pat Mahomes last week made me a believer. I've been trying to trade for him all week. Nobody wants to take this trade. I'm offering the ship for Pat Mahomes. Still not getting it, but Pat Mahomes, you are MVP this year. You're going to end up with 6 touchdowns in this game. Chiefs all day, beating the Niners. Go to 3-0.
Yeah, I don't know about all that you said, but Chiefs are winning this game, and it's not going to be close. The allure of Jimmy G, now that he's been paid, is just... That brass isn't as shiny anymore.
Raiders at Dolphins. Raiders 0-2. Dolphins 2-0. Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Going to be 88 degrees. Humidity. Little rain. Going to be happening there. Miami Dolphins. They are 3-point favorites.
Dolphins.
John Gruden gets his W this week.
No, it's not going to be close.
John Gruden gets the W.
Dolphins are blowing out everybody they played so far in the first 2 games. This isn't a fluke. You know, Dolphins are going to push for the second place in that division, obviously, because the Bills and the Jets are awful. But Dolphins aren't as bad as you think. Kenny Stills is lighting it up with Tannehill right now.
He is.
And their running game is lighting it up. Dolphins easily cover the 3.
Guy to watch out for this game is tight end Jared Cook. On the season, 13 receptions, 229 yards for a tight end. How awesome is that? I like the Raiders.
Who does he play for?
The Raiders.
Oh.
Bills.
But, hold on, the Raiders don't have a pass rush, and it's hard to find one, Jason.
I know it's hard to find one. Yeah, it's just incredible when you trade one and it's hard to find one.
Like, I agree the Raiders should have traded Khalil Mack because you don't want to pay the guy $100 million because, you know, you have other needs, right? But stop saying it's hard to find a pass rusher in press conferences because you just look foolish.
Yeah, especially when you had one. Also, the Bills and Vikings. Bills traveling to Minnesota. Vikings coming off a tie. Gosh, can we get rid of ties in professional effing sports? Minnesota 16.5-point favorites against the Bills.
Before you pick, it's the Bills, right? Before you pick, some important news just came out on this. So, Dalvin Cook is out.
Yep, I got Latavius Murray in my lineup now, and Dalvin Cook is out.
It doesn't matter. The Vikings are still winning by 30. So the Bills can generate no offense. You know, Josh Allen, it doesn't matter how good you are, Josh Allen. You have nobody to throw to, nobody to run the ball behind you. Just don't get killed, man. That's all I'm going to give you. Just don't get killed.
He's going to get killed. Colts at Eagles. Both teams 1-1. Eagles, of course, come off that loss last weekend to the Buccaneers. Colts come off that big win against whoever they played. Andrew Luck, so far this year, 60 of 84, 498 yards, 4 touchdown passes. Who you liking?
And he's taken a couple huge hits and gotten up afterwards, which is good to see.
Colts are going 7-point dogs.
Yeah, and the Colts are going to be without Marlon Mack and Jack Doyle. Ty Hilton's going to be he came back to practice, but he's still going to be a game time decision, but he's probably going to play on that. Yeah, Colts are going to lose this one.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
Give me the Eagles. I think Colts cover, though. I think Colts cover the 7.
Caveat is when's his first game back? Are they going to struggle in chemistry because he hasn't been? Obviously, he's been practicing, but is he going to be able to step in there and have the stamina and everything to make those throws?
I think he will. I think that's why I think the Eagles win, but that's why I think it's going to be closer than the 7 points.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's going to be a closer game than you think. Just because of that, but yeah, Eagles have just way too much talent right now.
Aaron Rodgers leading the Packers to the land over Maryland at FedEx Field to take on the Redskins. Redskins 1-1, had a big win against the Cardinals week 1. Last week put up a dud. Packers, of course, tied Minnesota last week after beating the Bears in the comeback. Aaron Rodgers says he feels like his knee is going to hurt more as the season progresses.
He says you have to watch out for it.
So, I mean, what are we getting here? Green Bay 3-point faves. What do you like?
Where's it at? I'm sorry, in Maryland?
Yep.
Yeah, the Redskins are going to pull this one out. Redskins are surprising people this year. I mean, they're not going to go 14-1-1 or 16-0 like you said the Browns did, but Redskins are going to surprise people. Redskins in this game.
I like the Packers to win this one. I think AP, though, has a good game. Don't know why, I just think he does. Bengals and Panthers also in the morning slate. Panthers 3-point favorites against the 2-0 Bengals, who currently right now lead the AFC North.
Yeah, like that's the most surprising stat I think of the year right there is Bengal. Like they were supposed to be awful. Marvin Lewis is going to save his job again, folks.
Without getting a playoff win. Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry, where was this game at?
In Carolina.
In Carolina? Yeah. Panthers are going to win this one. It's going to be close.
Panthers going to be without their tight end, though. You know all about him on your fantasy team.
And
give me the Bengals, although, what's his nuts? Malcolm is out.
Joe Mixon is out.
Mixon, yeah. I was
For 2
thinking
weeks.
Malcolm. Mixon's out. I think they get Giovanni Bernard involved more because he is more of that guy. Not only can he do it from the backfield, can also go out. You can pass it to him. I like the Bengals, and plus I really hope Giovanni Bernard does good because he's the one that kind of took over for Delvin Cook in one of my leagues. So
Bernard tends to struggle when he has to carry the whole load, at least in years past. So that's what's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be fairly close together, and the only reason I'm going Panthers is just because it's a home game for them. Don't be surprised if Cincinnati does pull it out, but I will stick my neck out and go with the Panthers.
Titans traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Don't have a line on this according to this website, but
Pick'em.
Jaguars, this should not be a pick'em game. Jaguars are going to wreck shop. Oh, you know why? They're switching it because Jalen Ramsey might be out along with Leonard Fournette, so that's why the line is not here right now. Probably redoing the odds there. So Fournette and Ramsey could both be out for the Jaguars. Jaguars will come with a big win against the Panthers, or not Panthers, Patriots. They continue it here against the Titans. I have full faith in my Jacksonville Jaguars, who I predicted to go 16-0 and play the Browns in the AFC Championship game. You heard it 2 weeks ago, so no need to question that.
I quit listening to your stuff when you keep changing them into your favor. I can't keep it straight.
So you like Jacksonville? All right.
It's Jacksonville. I don't even know why we're discussing this. Even without Ramsey, Fournette is a game time decision. His hammy will hamper him the rest of the year, but he sat out last week's game because it was almost a gimme for Jacksonville against New England.
Gimme.
So he sat out last week to get ready for this week and to keep going on in this week. So I think anticipate him to play. But yeah, Jacksonville's winning this game.
Broncos traveling to Baltimore, Maryland as well. Man, Maryland getting 2 games this week. Baltimore 5.5 point favorites against the Broncos, who are 2-0. Surprising teams. And good story from this week. There was a guy who betted last week on the Broncos-Raiders game. I think, mid-4th quarter when it looked like the Broncos...
A minute before the last kick went through the uprights.
All right, yeah, so in the 4th quarter, betted on this game. The odds were totally stacked against the Broncos. Somebody screwed up somehow, FanDuel, whatever, but the guy did the bet at the window where he was at in New York, I believe, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
FanDuel was going to pay out $82,000. They're like, no, we'll give you $500 on a couple of tickets to a Giants game. Guys like, no, F you. I'm going to bring this. FanDuel, though, did pay out the bet you read last night.
FanDuel paid out not only his bet, but the other 8 bets that caught on that too. So yeah, so I mean, it was just it was a computer error where the odds went from negative 600 to positive 750. I might have that backwards, and it was right before the game-winning field goal too. So the guy's like, he can make this kick. So he ran up to the window, put his money down. They took it. Of course, FanDuel tried to back it out because it was an error. But public pressure is an amazing thing when it comes to this, where you don't want to be known as the gambling site that doesn't pay out.
Especially because gambling is now taking over in 2018. All these places are.
I guess FanDuel's in the betting window, like they're in the racetracks and everything back there. So, but yeah, they paid it out, which is good to see.
And you don't want to lose that money that's coming in for all the other stuff.
Well, that's the thing. They're still going to. Well, I was reading when Vegas has an error like this, they'll pay it out, but then that casino won't take another bet from that patron if they pay it out on their error. But at least they'll pay it out, but they don't take another bet from them, which I can understand that. That's the way to go. I don't know that they did that in New Jersey. I didn't say, but but yeah, bettors, let's stop blaming computers for messing up on stuff.
But Ravens 5.5 point favorites. I'm taking the Ravens in this game, especially there in Baltimore. Broncos going to have to switch time zones, starting early, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Not going to work out for the Broncos this week.
It'd be 11 a.m. their time because they're an hour ahead of us right now.
No,
yeah, because it'd be it's 10 o'clock here and then Denver's an hour ahead.
Yeah, so it'd be 11 a.m. their time. So yeah, I like the Ravens.
Ravens, because you said the Broncos surprising people 2-0. The Broncos barely beat the Raiders last week. It was a last-second field goal. So the Broncos aren't lighting it up by any stretch. In the first week they won, despite Case Keenum throwing 3 interceptions against a bad team. I don't remember who it was. So Ravens are winning this game. Whether they cover the 5, I can't answer that. They might not, but they're going to win the game straight up.
One team is going to have to win in Houston. The New York Giants, Eli Manning and Shaquan Barkley's thighs, taking on Deshaun Watson and J.J. Watt. Houston, 6-point favorites.
Giants are going to win their first game of the year, and it's not even going to be close.
Texans are going to win this game by a lot.
Bill O'Brien is going to be fired, finally, because a quarterback... Deshaun Watson, how does Deshaun Watson take such a step backwards from a quarterback guru?
That offensive line in New York is going to get Eli killed. It's not going to be pretty. You're going to see another fat guy rant from wherever that fat guy was. He ranted on Monday.
Yeah, the Giants offense. But that's going to show you how bad Texans defense is they're not going to get to Eli. And Eli's going to unload the ball. Saquon Barkley's going to run the ball up the middle. It's not going to be close. The Texans are a crap team. They've been a crap team for years. Everybody just buys into this crap because he got lucky last year. Deshaun Watson came in there and won his first few games and looked awesome. And this year he looks like he's never played football before.
Giants are losing this game.
Giants are winning their
Giants
first game
are
of the
totally
year.
losing this game.
And O'Brien's not going to be able to sit down. His seat's going to be so hot.
Giants are going down. Not getting a win. Texans, congratulations, 1-2. Let's open up the beer fridges. Afternoon games, Rams and Chargers battle the LA teams there in the Rams land, I guess. Rams 2-0, Chargers 1-1.
It's not at the soccer stadium.
Yeah, not the soccer stadium. It's at the USC stadium there.
The Coliseum.
The Coliseum. Rams 7-point favorites. I have the Rams winning by a lot. But I think it'll be one of those games. It'll be close first half, maybe a little bit mid-third, and the Rams pull away late.
Chargers are sneaking this win out. The Chargers' curse of early beginning season slumps of going 0-4 is broken this year since they're 1-1 right now. They're going to walk in. And the Rams are going to be over cocky because they had two bad teams to start the season. They think they're a God's gift to whatever. And the Chargers actually have a stellar defense compared to anything the Rams have played. And they're going to surprise. And the Chargers are trying to win fans in LA because the LA market is more of a Rams market since they've been there before. Chargers are winning this game and going to shock the world this weekend. Shock them!
Shock 'em. Bears, 5-point favorites in Arizona, where it'll probably be like another road game for the Cardinals, I feel like, even though they get to wake up in their own bed. It's going to be, that crowd's going to be rocking. You know that they're going to be rocking. Chicago fans, they transplant well here in Arizona. There's a lot that already live here. There are a lot that are already here from being out here for the Cubs D-back series. A lot of people I talked to this past week are like, oh yeah, we're trying to decide to make it a week. Come see the Cubs, go to stay for the Bears game. We're going to that game, and it's going to be freaking ugly. Like, we might not want to wear red to that game. But I have to tell you something right now. Cardinals getting this W. 17-14. I called it on the main event, Sportstown, Chicago. And here I am, just doubling down, sticking to it.
I agree. Cardinals are going to win this game. Don't ask me why, since they've scored 6 points. They barely made it past the 50-yard line last week. They made it like 2 minutes ago. They made it across the 50 for the first time. Sam Bradford has a lot of heat on him. He's going to have even more heat on him. The Cardinal fans are going to be booing them if they can't move the ball. They're redoing their playbook this week. They're taking things out to make it simpler because it's just confusing everybody. They don't know what's going on. The call for Sam Rosen is going to be huge this week.
Josh
Rosen, because of Sam Darnold's awesome beginning first game and the Baker Mayfield last night. Sam Bradford has to step up this week, or the pressure is going to be huge to change quarterbacks on there. And Cardinals are going to step up. They're a bunch of veterans. They're going to step up. They're going to actually play well. I don't think it's going to be as close as you think. I think the Bears are going to take a step back. And as long as Khalil Mack doesn't kill Sam Bradford, the Cardinals are winning this.
Gonna see a lot of David Johnson this week.
I feel like
they haven't
been giving him the ball. They've revamped it. This will be the week where they're going to make things happen, and the Bears just aren't as good as advertised.
Other afternoon game, Cowboys traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks, who are 0-2, looking for that first win. Seattle 1.5-point favorites. Give me the Cowboys by 6.
Seattle. I was so impressed with that Seattle game on Sunday Night Football last week. Like
Monday night? Which one?
Were they Monday night? Whatever night. Whatever.
Seattle lost to the Bears on Monday night.
Yeah, that was Monday night. Okay. And Seattle was in that game, on the road in Chicago on a big night where Urlacher gets his jersey retired. First home game for Khalil Mack, right? I believe it was. And all the hype was in Chicago's side on that. And Seattle still played them tough and everything. Boys, that's a lot to hard trip up to Seattle. Weather's going to be crappy. It's going to be cold, possibly rainy.
Gonna be 65 and clear.
All right, well, ignore all that, folks.
Perfect football weather.
I'm making stuff up now. Well, how is it going to be 65 and clear when they're saying possible rain on Saturday?
It's gonna be
when ASU's there.
Partly cloudy is what I'm seeing here.
This is weird. Well, how can it change that much in less than 12 hours in Seattle?
Well, it was pissing rain here 24 hours ago, Steve.
We're different than
And now we're about to go hop in the pool.
We're different than Seattle here, though. But yeah, no, Seattle's going to quote unquote upset the boys, even though it won't be an upset. Boys are going to, Scott Linehan's going to have a lot more explaining to do this week with his crappy offensive play calling.
He's going to get it done. Go Cowboys. Patriots at Lions Sunday Night Football. Oh my God. Can we move this game to Thursday? Like, what? Oh, man, this is going to be terrible. Obviously, they're not even building up the teams playing each other. They're building up Patricia, taking on his former head coach, head coach, I guess, Bill Belichick. The mentor against the mentee. Is that the word? I don't know. But Patriots are going to wax the Lions' ass. They're 7-point favorites on the road Sunday night in Detroit. It's not going to be close. Matt Patricia, sorry, not sorry. Your team sucks.
Forget about the team sucking. Matt Patricia's awful. Like, Bill Belichick, like, Matt Patricia probably all week is just sitting in his chair. I envision him, if he went into his first game of the year, who'd they play? The Jets?
The Jets.
And the Jets came out of that game saying they knew the audibles, they knew the formations. It was like the Jets were in the huddle for the offense, for the Lion. What do you think Bill Belichick's going to do? Like, you can't change enough to be the guy that doesn't know what Matt Patricia coached with him for 17 years. He taught him everything Matt Patricia knows. If the Jets knew all that stuff, with no relationship other than playing the Patriots once a year, Bill Belichick, this is going to be an 800-0 ball game, and that's with the Patriots calling the dogs off. Patriots by a lot.
By a lot. Monday Night Football. Steelers 0-1-1, taking on the 2-0 Buccaneers with the quarterback of the century, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Once again, check out these stats. 48-61, 819 yards, 8 touchdown passes. The guy has the most manliest, beastiest chest I've ever seen out of a starting quarterback in the league in 2018. He don't shave.
And his chest hair's real, folks.
Real chest hair. It looks like Conor McGregor's doppelganger. I freaking love it. Give me the Buccaneers. Screw this. What's this? 1.5 point favorites. The Steelers in Raymond James Stadium. Hell freaking no. That shit's going to be blasting cannons all effing night on Monday Night Football because the Buccaneers are just going to wax that ass against the Steelers. Antonio Brown's going to come back on Tuesday and say, I just lied. I'm not all in. Trade me, trade me, trade me.
Sorry. You guys didn't see the hand motions and stuff that were going on in this chair while he was just doing
I undid my top button to show off my chest.
He did. He pulled his shirt down to show off his chest hair, folks.
That I shaved yesterday, actually. Because it's hot in Arizona.
Buccaneers are winning this. The Steelers are in turmoil. But the Buccaneers are winning this for a bigger factor. Buccaneers are going to be 3-0. Fitzmagic is going to be on a roll, and Jameis Winston comes back next week. Show us what a man you are, Dirk Cutter. What you gonna do? What you gonna
I like
do?
the Fitzmagic. I like that.
They've been calling him that for
Fitzmagic, baby.
So what are you gonna do, Dirk Cutter, when your team is dominating everybody and you're 3-0 because Jameis Winston goes in there and loses?
You ain't putting Jameis Winston in. Jameis Winston does not see the field next week.
That's it. And I'm telling you. That's why the Buccaneers are going to... Fitzpatrick knows his job is on the line. This could be his last week. He's going to go in there, do what he does best, and it's not even going to be close.
And that team is rallying behind Fitzpatrick as well. Freaking Winston can throw up his W, fucking lick it like a goddamn penis on Grindr. Ain't going to matter. Fitzpatrick is the man.
He can grow up Uber drivers in a fast food joint parking lot in Scottsdale, Arizona. All he wants while he's sitting on the bench, huh?
That is correct. Anyways, that's all we got for this week's show. Looking forward for the football season. We're going to start posting our picks up on Facebook and all that stuff, and that way you, the fan, can add to it as well. Let us know if you agree. Let us know who your picks are. We don't care if you agree or disagree with us. Just give us your picks, all right? We'll try to play some fan games this year. Here's the top pick. We'll throw you something. I don't know what we'll throw you, but we'll throw you something. Anyways, thanks for listening. God bless you. God bless the troops, and God bless America.